I'm pretty confident though that the healing is like your last one. When you're out, you can only recharge one at a time, and I think that's extremely intentional. I think they don't want you like going in, making a bunch of mistakes, and then just like stocking a full set of heals again over and over again. I think they basically want you to like. It's interesting. It's almost so. The funny thing is that they have a regain system and they have a pre-gain system. And I mentioned this when talking about Bloodborne, where Bloodborne versus Hollow Knight, where Bloodborne has a really bad regain system and Hollow Knight has a fantastic pre-gain system. And Code Vein has a pre-gain system, except for it doesn't allow you to heal. And I think allowing you to hold on, and if you do really well, you get another heal, and then if you make a mistake, you still can come back if you do well enough to get another heal. To force you to stay in, even if you can, even if you're also able to do the guard regain stuff. So you kind of have two opportunities there to oops, don't fall. You have more than one opportunity to do that. And they're from different systems. Okay, yeah. Hitting the wall screws you so much. So it's almost like they're trying to say you should not, you sort of can finish an enemy by attacking with the wall, but you really need to make sure that they're dead, because if otherwise you get punished very hard for it. If Final Fantasy 16 gets a demo, the problem with that is I don't have a PS5, and I won't be buying a PS5 to play a demo, but I might get a PS5 for Final Fantasy 16 though. And hey, Egg. I do want to play 16. I don't know how much I want to play it at the cost of $670 or whatever. It's exclusive as far as I'm aware. Oh, fuck me. I was going to try to be all fancy with the charger too, and then I let it go because I'm a stupid idiot and got punished for it. What I was going to say earlier, though, is that they, your quote-unquote bloodstain... Well, no, never mind. I lost a significant chunk of it. Well, shit. I had like 4,000 or 6,000 on it. And now it's... I thought, like, you lose a portion of it, but you keep a bunch. And they accumulate, but no. Nah, you eventually hit a point where you lose a chunk. I think they might announce a PC port. It's probably one of those things where it's a Sony exclusive, where it's like a year or two and then it gets a PC port. That's typically how they're, like, Returnal was very similar in that respect. Gonna try to like be all fancy and block that, but did not happen. Oh, you gotta block them separately. Okay. I'm gonna start grabbing my throwables and put them up. I'm gonna try the spear too. This thing might be great. Or the quote-unquote sharp pipe. See how good that is. I can also see having the exclusivity being viewed as a positive thing because for developers, because they can focus on one bit of hardware to get the game out the door, and then afterwards they here we go. They can work on the PC port afterwards, during the exclusivity period anyways, you know? Damn you. Oh, don't you dare, you fucking assholes. That bounce penalty sucked. You know, it's much more severe than it was in the Souls game. I should switch to the other arm and just fucking... If I'm too close to shit, just L2, L2, L2. I'm not really getting much use out of the puppet string one. I think the puppet string one would be better if I had a tankier build. Like less mobility and or I need to stay close to people. And that's some pretty hefty damage. Which I've already spent a bunch of, but you know. It's funny how much terrain there is in this demo. How much, like, you know, a lot of playtime in this demo. Makes you wonder how big the game is, or you know. Is it that the game is very large and they don't mind it, or do they really want to spend time to make sure that people are sold in the game, or they were able to kind of give a good impression of things, you know? The catalyst. Lots of star fragments. Well, I'm out of left arm, but we have done the job. Should just throw cogs at these frickin'... Whoever the dude is gonna throw shit at me. I think one more somewhere. Didn't catch where it was. Here you are. Fortunately, I only have 2 cogs left, so we gotta just get the hell out of here. No, you piece of shit. You gotta juggle me like that. Yeah. If you get caught, you're somewhat fucked. This is definitely a case where I'm inclined to want to lean towards one of the other weapons just for this area, because I know as much as I was doing better with the rapier here, I would not the areas where I need to fight multiple targets at a time, or if I need to like stagger larger enemies, like this I'm gonna do very well. Where I don't really have the space to make the mobility work. Oops. That was a waste. I kind of wish the left arm of steel would only cost resource if you connected with it. But the other weapons are gonna, like, for example, the string is going to... That's gonna have a cost regardless if you're shooting this thing out, so maybe it's hard to make that fair. I'm not gonna bother with the other dude. How long... So was there an exclusivity period for Final Fantasy 15? Does anybody remember? I think some edition came out sooner. Oh, yeah, because they give you the... oh, crap. They gave you the extra weapon. No. It's exactly what I didn't want to happen, and I just ran into it anyways. Damn, okay. The dudes who I can't easily get to who are throwing firebombs at me that I can't address and I can't hear them throw is a struggle. If I could hear them throw, oops, then I think I'd be in much better shape. Is there anything preventing me from just running past these, I wonder? Well, no, there's a dude up there, he's gonna get me. At the end of the bridge. Yeah, some of the encounter structure is like, you must deal with this. Have to just be patient and slow down a bit. The coughing you can certainly hear, right? That's not a problem. The concern that I have is that I can't hear them when they go to throw. I know that they were there at least. Big waste, but I'll do it. Just want to throw this pipe at somebody and see what it does. I think my confidence in this attempt is kind of low, but I want to... I mean, there's other stuff for me to look at as well. Should not be blocking though, I really should just give that up. I want to go back to the area I fell down in earlier. Like a plunging attack. I missed something. The worst place to fight with a thrusting sword because I'm gonna get that. You can't move when you bounce like that. It's like a second and a half of like you can't do shit. Oh, to here, right? You piece of shit. Yeah, this is the thing I got baited into. Oh, hello. How about a nice pipe to the back of the head? 180. Got a nice throwing arm. Well. Well, now I gotta try to farm up some health or some healing, I guess. You know, to be fair, it seems to come back very quickly. I didn't do much. And I've already got a lot. Grab that. Grab that. Grab some more of this. If I can get some reasonable additional attack. Oh, you're invulnerable during that. That's good to know. Oh, you get a very distinct sound when you can heal again. That's good. Oh, that hurts a lot. Oh. Whizzing through it. Shit. Bad timing on my rolls here. Good. Another magazine in the star fragment. And whatever this is. Life amulet. Okay, that was another, yeah. Oh, just disappear the corpse. I think hopefully they'll add a fade effect later. This one? No. Oh, there's a whole other... Here we go, okay. Increases max HP. By how much? Amulet that can be equipped in a puppet. Information and memories that are useful for movement can be imprinted on the symbol to draw out special powers. The slightest blink is enough to make a puppet move. Puppets do not have life, but is enough to move them. You know, small amount. Teens a bit of health. Oh, Stargazer. Here we go. Perfect. I like how distinct the sound is when you're, you know, you've refilled that last whatever it is. What's it called? Pulse cell. I think knowing that distinctly is like, yes, now I like can find a moment to heal. It's like a good feel mechanic. So I have seen a couple minutes past this, but I've been aggressively trying to avoid seeing any more than this particular, like, you know, just my understanding is this is about a half of the way through the demo. I did see some stuff that I would consider a bit spoilery for earlier, and I'm going to go to that and kind of actually pay attention to that. There's an icon on the top left of the screen that I don't recognize that is a little little person icon, or like I don't know if they show. I don't know. It's a buff, a debuff. It's trying to tell me that the dude's there, like a merchant's nearby. Can I go out? Does it go away? No. Maybe that was when I went to go lie and it's been there and you have like a lie indicator or something? Like a count of lies? I don't know. I want to talk to this dude. I did see that this dude was a merchant. As far as I've seen in this direction, I didn't even recognize this. That other people have passed by. Like, people kind of went, I don't know, wherever else you go next, and I didn't even pay attention to it. This way, I guess. I think. But there's something else I missed as well, so we'll talk to this dude and then we'll go back.
Why, hello! I didn't know anyone was alive out here. I know what you're thinking, but I'm not a burglar. I'm just crashing in an abandoned house for a while. Don't worry, I won't cause any trouble. We survivors need to look out for each other.
Doesn't it kind of feel like the screen gets too dark when you're in dialogue?
For your information, I didn't steal this.
Like the vignette is too strong. Alright, so... Ooh, we got a whole other... Probably should read the basic, right? The head of a blunt weapon made by Benigni Company. Everybody's been expressing the want to look this up, how to pronounce Benigni. Company to destroy puppets. The coil releases a powerful current that causes lethal damage to puppets. Humans have always feared anything that excels beyond them. Puppets were already their loyal servants, but humans have created a new natural enemy that is sure to attack their weakness. Another handle... Much effort went into the handle's installation for the sake of the user's safety. A powerful electric blitz was clearly effective in killing puppets. However, its inventor failed to realize that it was also effective on humans. I'm sure they probably had that thought in mind. So, generate and rush smash greatly increases electric blitz. Oh, so it's a weapon that has blitz and can boost it. So this is basically like a pre-infused weapon that has its own buff. Like a good example would be like Sacred Blade on a sacred, holy infused whatever weapon, where you get the extra buff. Every weapon that can do that in Elden Ring has some strength to it, especially both at very low level and very high level. Oops. The other one is jump and powerfully strike, like a down smash, big smash. Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm gonna buy it. I want to try it. Oh, what did it say for 55.91% damage reduction rate? Okay. So not too terrible. It's more motivity and advance, which is interesting, but not as much technique. So we basically have the equivalent of like a strength build for this. How many am I allowed to own? Up to 8. Jeez, okay. They're cheap. Well, I have. Let me see if I can level up first. Oh, I have to do that back at the hotel area. You transfer from one stargazer to another. You can only travel to those you have activated. Stargazers in areas with an event will be marked with a hint. Huh. I like that. X hotel crap. Oh, you have like a quick teleport specifically to... That's interesting. Oh, and then inside the house in Elysian Boulevard has, I guess, the event icon. And then this is your like quick teleport, almost to like to round table hold or whatever. Got some solid UX there. So as I'm streaming this, the loaf of bread I've got that I've been waiting to proof is literally sitting on the coffee table in my like makeshift proofing box with just a couple of containers clipped together with enough space to just allow it to vent a teensy bit. And it's getting there. It's almost there. Gonna have some nice bread in the oven soon.
I'll use my power to help you.
Alright, here's our... I leveled up a teensy bit earlier, I think. I think I did like a couple. I think... What did I initially put points into? I'm pretty sure I put points into technique, or... Yeah, I don't think I even bothered with vitality yet. I haven't been struggling that much. But I feel like I should to get to, like, I don't even know, 10 or something. And there's probably some threshold where you put the first few points in and it isn't very significant. The next few points gets pretty good. And then, I don't know what else. But I'm inclined to believe I should put some more points in just in case you get an upgrade for the... whatever they're called, the flasks that I can't remember the name of. Plus, you know, you do get... That's a pretty sizable chunk for guard regain, considering that I'm only using a rapier at the moment. Yeah, let's do that. How much do I have left? Oh, you know what? I can afford a little more, too. I'm gonna see if there is a merchant I can hit up to sell this stuff quickly. Because I've got... I got a bunch of ergo. I've got 1,400 and then 1,800 here. And I've got the parade leader, which I'm not gonna consume, but I do want to, like, see what they give me for it. So the funny thing is, I think I kind of went in and was feeling so concerned about being in this place where puppets aren't allowed that I think I just went straight out somewhere. I don't even remember where I quite, like, I don't think it was here. I came in... Hold on, I want to see that icon goes away. No, the top left icon, the little puppet-looking icon, is still there. I thought it was the, like, you can't combat in this area icon. I can't remember where I came in, but wherever I did... Oh, over here. Yeah, did I just, like, wander out in a different direction and didn't even think about it? Like, I came in, I talked to Sophia, right? Also, Cursive, I'm definitely feeling something changes when you get next to an NPC or something. You're right about... I think I wasn't meandering too close to stuff that I could interact with while turning the camera, but I'm feeling it. So this is the front door. Where did I go afterwards? Or this is not the front door. What is this? Or no, this is where I came in. So what did I... I should really have watched the VOD. I don't know what I did that led me out from the hotel. But I kind of just wandered out, I guess. It's funny how the load screen is basically a puppet whose nose extends out until it's done. I don't know how many people have, like, immediately pointed that out, but perhaps I'm a bit slow. The load bar at the bottom is that, basically. Did I just go... it was straightforward that I went? Yeah. I think I just went straight forward and left. Alright, so what's actually over here? I'm curious. I thought I saw a wheelchair off to the side in one spot. Man, there's a lot of space for activities here. Not so much of a knock. Hold on, that's not a knock. What a weak sauce knock. Not a knock at all. Just fondling the wall, or the, you know, the door there. Well, I'm not even gonna try knocking anymore. Not, I wonder how much of this stuff is gonna be... How much of this stuff might end up being, like, how much of this just, like, random paintings and stuff, and how much of this might be lore relevant? They clearly put a ton of effort into this game. I'm sure there's lots of little bits and pieces that I'm gonna... could tie back to some portion of the lore later. I made this loop. Nobody wants me to get in there. Oh yeah, we probably should have signed in, right?
Welcome to Hotel Krat. My name is Polendina, butler to Lady Antonia. Please let me know how I may be of service. At Hotel Krat, comfort and calm walk hand in hand. Welcome to Hotel Krat. How may I be of service?
If I just keep letting it loop, is it gonna loop? Okay. So I'm about to say, like, how are you? Okay, we can talk. Can I ask him why are you allowed? Nobody else is. No puppets are allowed here. What else? What else can I ask? Oh. About the Grand Covenant.
The Grand Covenant is a set of absolute commands imprinted on puppets when they are made. First law. All puppets must obey their creator's commands. Second law. A puppet may not harm humans.
Alright. Seems reasonable.
Third law. A puppet protects and serves humans and the city of Krat.
Almost a duplicate of number 1.
Fourth law. A puppet cannot lie. I've told you about the laws engraved upon every puppet. Do you require anything else?
Do you get, like, follow-up questions? Probably not. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's fine. What do you sell? Oh, the wheels. I want more of these. Okay, it does show how many you have. I can't remember what game it was I played recently that doesn't tell you how many of an object you have already. You had to quit out and check again, and I can't remember what game it was. It's nice you can hold a good heap of these. Well, that's fine. I guess I'm already signed in here. I'm deliberately avoiding what I believe to be... you had the wheelchair. I'm deliberately avoiding the wheelchair for now, just so that I can... just in case I get roped into some extra story stuff. Hey, thanks for the raid, Ez. Welcome, everybody. I'd probably, like, do a little minor introduction. I don't normally introduce myself well enough when I get raided. But, for anybody who doesn't know me, I've done a lot of Soul stuff. I play a ton of indie games. I have put way too much effort into my overlays and stuff. Wrote my own chatbot. Stream on a semi-regular basis, but I'm terrible at scheduling things. Lots of stuff on YouTube. Chill atmosphere, capybara theme, you know. Oof. Not obstructive bushes. They don't react to you, but I wouldn't expect it. That's even more work than I want them to be stuck with. Might be a nice touch by release, considering how much of the game looks so polished already. I want to see if you can perfect block this. Well, you gotta block first, though. You can, but it even plays a separate sound. So you can't regular block those attacks, but you can perfect block them, and it tells you. It's kind of like Sekiro, where you normally can't block thrust or something, but if you perfect block, you will. Something, or I can't remember what it was. There was a rule like that, where like one of them you can't reasonably block unless you perfect block it or perfect parry it.
The sound of it alone. That craftsmanship comes only from the hands of Geppetto. You must be something else. A custom arm from Geppetto himself is quite an accessory.
Surely it's the arm.
Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. I am Eugenie from the Workshop Union. I know my way around weapons of all kinds. I'm sure Master Geppetto would agree. If any of your weapons need work, bring them to me.
Got a little woodpecker. Can I get like a good view of that? Yeah. It's actually kind of a nice plus, because in some games they start blurring a lot of stuff, which I guess for some objects is kind of fine, but like when you want to take a close look at something. So nice. Also, I'm a bit put off that her name is Eugenie in a game that is potentially introducing a second class of character of you know, if all the puppets eventually might gain some manner of autonomy or sentience or whatever, then it's a little scary. Anything I can interact with in your shop? Ooh, I can. Wait. You have a ton of little yeah, like wooden or clay or ceramic animals. One, oh, I was going to say, is one missing a head? Which is very, very chunk. Very, 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 very chunk. And very tired. I organize this place according to the rules, so don't move a thing, Eugenie. Suppose if I'm gonna shop, I should do it from the front.
I know my way around a weapon. Want me to look at something?
Do I even have any materials for this? I don't have any hidden moonstone. It's just the blade too, yeah, I'm just realizing. So I'm guessing there's no hilt upgrades, or at least not for the moment. You can bring Eugenie cranks to alter weapon handles. Each handle's property upgrades based on your character's basic stats. You can change this property and grade one time with a handle alteration. However, you can always reset it with a balanced crank. Oh, yeah, okay, so these are literally, rather than giving them weird names, which, you know, or at least are a convention like Keen or Heavy or whatever, this is telling you outright, like, you want it to be oriented more towards motivity, technique, or advance. I don't have the materials for it. But I think I might be inclined to say I like this display more. The sort of tabular format. And you also can disassemble, which is interesting. It's hard to say what I haven't even explored weapons enough to really know just yet what I want to do, besides probably focus on technique, just because, I mean, I want to explore everything, but I've currently dove into technique. Alright, tell me about the Stargazer.
A Stargazer is a survival device used by the Stalkers. It powers itself by accumulating and absorbing ergo spores in the air.
Accumulating.
The Stalkers installed Stargazers all across the city. Once they're recovered, we can put them to use.
Hey, Cannon. Interesting, they mentioned ergo spores, and I wonder if ergo is like what's been sort of, I don't know, there was some sort of petrification disease or something, if that's what's infecting everybody, all the humans anyways. Tell me about, what's this training all
If you
about?
want to test your skills or try new techniques, head for the garden. The stalkers captured a puppet to use for training. Don't look at me like that. Everyone hates puppets. I know whose side you're on.
Are you sure? Alright, well, that's cool. I'm gonna... What other puppet did you capture, though? Because there's like... Oh, it's this one. It's not the training dummy. I didn't even realize... I didn't even... Well, go show... Yeah. This is the one they captured. That sucks. That's rough. Does it have an amount of health? Does it heal over time? Yeah, it does. Oh, yeah. But like, I was a little concerned. Like, this one I can't like distinctly do anything to. Well, no, it has health. It just is a lot, and they both come back. I thought this one had infinite. No, we have a like practice your defensive skills, and we have a just maul it. Oh, you can even do the what was the name for that? The not tiredness attack. Drowsiness? I'm looking to see on the bar. So you eventually hit a point. So the R2s definitely give you more of the drowsiness state. Yeah, but it doesn't... The interesting thing is it doesn't... There's no bar. It's as you have basically a like almost there state, and like press your advantage state, and then nothing. Does this one know how to turn around? Can I make this one drowsy too? I can. Alright. Gotta remember to get the weapon all nice and polished up. Alright, let's talk to... I think there's only one other character I saw who looks too important to rush to talking to, just in case it like forces me into some event or something. I don't think that's gonna happen, right? Why are you turned around? Shouldn't you be, well... Shouldn't you be, like, looking to visit guests, or are you meant to be... Oh, you're looking at this. Okay, yeah. Hold on a minute, I saw a shiny. Benigni's Krat Landmark Guide 1. It's most attraction, Hotel Krat. Hotel Krat is can't read it quick enough. Benigni something guide. Here we go. Hotel Krat is one of the city's... Did I already do this one? One of the city's creepiest and most mysterious buildings. According to lore, Hotel Krat is an isolated castle built by an aristocrat devoted to a form of occultism after receiving a revelation from a radiant tree. I think I read this. At one point, it was used as a mental institution, and some patients said they saw hallucinations. However, no records remain as they were destroyed. They were all destroyed in a large fire. Above all, being so far underground just compounds the rumors. Some even said that it is connected to an unknown hell. Did I not read this? But now the rumors have served to embellish the charm of Hotel Krat, which has been renovated in the latest style. As the recent rumors of the grand exhibition Ghost Hotel spread, more customers are actually looking to stay at the hotel. Next is a comment from the hotel owner, Ms. Antonia. A ghost hotel? I've heard that more times than I can remember, but fortunately our hotel guests are brave like lions. Not a problem at all. Rating 4 out of 5. Creepy and mystical, best resort in Krat. Reporter Maduro. This guide was made with the support of Venigni Company, a friend of the city. Yeah, I guess that's the one I did not read yet. Also, it's interesting that there's like a second tab to the item display, like the second pip. But the second pip is just this. Like in the center of the screen towards the bottom. I guess it's kind of interesting that they use that same, like this, for example, you see the tabs changing at the bottom. They use that same convention to drive like a whole extra menu. I think that's bad. It's interesting though. It's unique. Because normally it would be like, it would only be one pip and then that would show something else, but using an existing convention to drive the player to another menu that has the same basic functionality of showing more info is honestly not a bad idea.
That book reminds me. Have you ever heard the fairy tale about a mischievous wooden puppet?
I might.
All of Krot knows the story. All because of someone who loved that story more than anyone else.
Geppetto?
But this is strange. I do not recall. Who exactly was that someone?
Oh, we'll jog your memory in a little bit, I'm sure. The funny thing with the cricket sounds is I thought initially I'm like, yeah, this is a little out of place. Like I know it's of course the character, but my initial impression was like, is this gonna get tiresome? But no, like it's not too loud and it's intermittent enough to where it works. Start performing. Can I? Do you know the song? I don't know the song. Alright. Are you Antonia? Also, are you gonna be alright? You're looking well.
Unexpected guests are
You're Antonia.
We don't insist on reservations. I am Antonia, and this is my hotel. Welcome. Oh, I knew from the moment we met that you're Geppetto's puppet. He might have a few loose screws, but Geppetto's skills are undiminished.
Excuse me.
It's a shame. He took off for Elysian Boulevard, and he never came back. If it doesn't turn up soon, we'll have to make a new coffin. Oh, I forgot. I was keeping this for him. It comes with a long story, but I think it's better off with you. Please find that old man, and do take care of yourself out there.
Someone's memory and show off clothes. Oh, a gesture. Someone's memory. Oh. Your clothing is someone's memory. Uniform of a sophisticated and dignified boarding school. This clothes have been worn before. The uniform of a boarding school famous in Krat. The initial M is engraved on an elegant brooch. So there's still some... Oh, I gotta say one thing is that if you're... So here's something I like that this game is doing is that even if you can't necessarily equip something in this menu, you still can at least just get, like, go to the menu where you do the thing and pop on your equipment here. Like, from the back it's not terrible, for the front it's... The poofy shirt's pretty damn nice, though. I might put this on just so that people who see the thumbnail are like, what's that all about? You found clothing? I'm sure everyone's gonna find clothing, but... Yeah. Maybe that's people looking for the second half of the demo. Form the check around gesture. There's a saying in the country of the morning across the sea that goes, every stone, even stone bridges, should be tapped before crossing. Definitely not a bad way to go about things. Perform the show-off clothes. It's instinctive of life to want to show off beauty. To some, even simple gifts are sufficiently beautiful. I think having the gestures be able to be assigned, I think having everything kind of basically be its own inventory item is probably how games should be, like Souls games should probably be done. Like imagine if From's games basically allowed you to say, okay, well, I'm going to put a spell or a gesture or whatever. All of them could just be in a slot. It doesn't matter what. It could be like, and the slots are just for the player to just decide what they want to do with it. And you know, the code side, everything kind of defaults to, or you know, there's an interface for that, right? Like code side, and the interface includes like, you know, if you're implementing the interface, then you basically say, okay, some of the functionality I have is I'm capable of receiving input from some, you know, menu organization or whatever. Like the player can put this in here, and it has the ability to display the icon, and like, you know, everything has that generic support for it, and the spell would as well, an item would, a gesture, or whatever. So imagine if in Elden Ring I can just hold the item pouch and I have, you know, the top might be, you know, top could be, you know, especially for stuff you're not going to use as much, it could end up being things like Flame Cleanse Me on the top, it could be Blessings Boon at the bottom, it could be, you know, it could, if they ever made the Phalanx spells any decent, they could put them on one of them, you know, and then at the bottom, like for your, you know, for your regular slots, you could say, you might just have, like your like the top one or bottom one or something could be like, one's carrying greatsword, and then your regular R1 cast is going to end up being, you know, I don't know, Fair and Dart or something, you know, whatever the hell you want it to be, but you know what I mean, right? Like, just make it, there's no reason not to. Like, I think the idea that the slots are dedicated to a particular anything, you know, to any particular object seems really weird in retrospect. Like, this game, I think, is, I don't know how much flexibility they have with just any random object, action, interaction, gesture, whatever can be assigned, right? But this game is like a level of having a generic usability to everything that I like a lot, and I want to. This is where I want to see FromSoft. Like, please just steal this, you know. The only thing I think I don't necessarily like is I think the upper and lower belt, having it like this and then you scroll. I don't know if I think that's good or bad. But I think in the cases where you have to have the same button to activate and you have no more room, it's like you're kind of stuck in that respect. You know, you have two quick slots basically, and then the toggles between what the quick slots are going to be. And when you think about it from that perspective, it's probably not bad, especially because you do have the pouch thing. If you had another option, like for example, if this one is always items and this one is always spells, then I just want, you know, the item one stays here, the spell one is bounced to R1 if you have a catalyst out or whatever, or L1, and then you know, you just tap up and it immediately swaps, or you tap down and immediately swaps these. But yeah, I'd like, considering I've been wanting From to just get more sort of generic and radio menu-esque with the way their stuff is set up, and this game is just doing it, and I like that a lot. What did you offer besides?
I dear so many secrets are buried in crowd. Thanks for keeping me company. What are you curious about?
A lot of things. About lying in Geppetto.
I see you're here. That means you can lie. Your lies are a rare ability. You're able to choose your own path, unbound by anything. People on the outside are still afraid of puppets. Lie to protect yourself and find your path.
Interesting how she's sort of like very... She's not so concerned about the state of humanity or if puppets are going to, you know, if everything's going to go to shit because the puppets have kind of had this uprising. It's more like she has the trust to let the new generation figure it out, you know, whether that's human or puppet or both. Alright, what about Geppetto?
I am an old friend of Geppetto's. His son is like family to me. Make yourself at home.
His son?
You're always welcome here at the hotel. If you have any questions, ask my butler, Hollandina.
Did I misread that? I'm gonna scroll through this again. What did she say?
I'm an old friend of Geppetto's.
His son is like family to me.
His son. Make yourself at home. If you have any questions.
Then the question ends up being then, are you considered his son, or... I don't remember the story very well. I don't know if it was something like Geppetto lost his son, or the son still exists, or he never had a son and the only son he's going to have is just, you know, Pinocchio.